Welcome. Thank you for joining us here today as we celebrate the mission to remember the fallen, honor those that serve and their families, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. We ask that to start the event, you all please join with me in a moment of silence to remember the fallen, prisoners of war, those missing in action, and honor those who have served and are serving this great nation's armed services. Thank you. Please stand while we post the colors.
Honor guard. Attention. Forward. Mark. Forward. Mark. Post. Coach.
Please welcome Emily Berbert and Bart Sloan to sing the national anthem.
Present. Mark.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stripes of stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Mark. Right. Face. Forward. Mark.
Thank you very much. That was beautiful. You can now be seated. Thank you all for joining us here today. This year, across the country, more than 4,000 participating locations like this one, there are millions of Americans gathering safely as one nation to remember, honor, and teach. We are all proud to be Americans that live in a free society made up of many people from many walks of life. The freedoms we enjoy today have not come without a price. Lying here before us and in the cemeteries throughout this nation are men and women who gave their lives so that we can live in freedom and without fear. We can worship as we see fit. We can raise our children to believe as we do. We are free to vote for the leaders of our choosing, and we have the right to succeed, and we have the right to fail at whatever endeavor we wish to pursue. The United States of America was founded on the ideals of freedom, justice, and equality. Our nation stands as a shining beacon of liberty and freedom to the world. We thank those who gave their lives to keep us free, and we shall not forget you. We shall remember. Today, more than ever, we reflect on our nation's veterans and active duty service members who have had and continue to fight to protect the innocent and oppressed. This nation has always been the first to stand up for the freedom of people from around the world. Many of you here today have answered that call and served your country well. For this, we say thank you, and we are honored to know you. There are many men and women serving today in all branches of the military, here at home, and places far away that most of us have never heard of. These men and women are part of the best trained, best equipped force in the world. We honor them and their families for the sacrifices they make each day to keep our country safe from terrorism, hatred, and injustice. Quoting our 40th United States President, Ronald Reagan, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Or one day, we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States where men were free." Today, we show a united front of gratitude and respect across the United States of America as we remember the fallen, honor those who serve and their families, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. Now, Master Sergeant Caldwell with the Utah National Guard will lay a veteran's wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Army. Now, Sergeant Beckstrom with the Herriman Police Department will lay a veteran's wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Marine Corps. Now, Sergeant First Class Packer with the Utah National Guard will lay a veteran's wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Navy. Now, Staff Sergeant Wygant with the Utah National Guard. Excuse me. Now, Officer Larson with the Herriman Police Department will lay a veteran's wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Air Force. And now, Staff Sergeant Wygant with the Utah National Guard will lay a veteran's wreath in honor of those who are serving in the United States Space Force. Now, Officer Askerland with the Herriman Police Department will lay a veteran's wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Coast Guard. Now, Sergeant Bradshaw with the Utah National Guard will lay a veteran's wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Merchant Marines. Now, Sergeant Shaver with the Herriman Police Department will lay a veteran's wreath in honor of the 93,129 United States servicemen from all branches of the service whose last known status was either prisoners of war or missing in action. These individuals have never returned to their families and homes. We shall not forget you. We encourage every volunteer here today who places a wreath on a veteran's grave to say that veteran's name aloud and take a moment to thank them for their service to our country. It's a small act that goes a long way toward keeping the memory of our veterans alive. Remember, we are not here today to decorate graves. We are here to remember not their deaths, but their lives. Each wreath is a gift of appreciation from a grateful America. These live balsam fir wreaths symbolize our honor to those who have served and are serving in the armed forces of our great nation, and to their families who endure sacrifices every day on our behalf. To our children, we want you to understand that the freedoms you enjoy today have not been free, but have come with a cost that someday you may have to pay yourself. as a nation standing together, we can defeat terrorism, hatred, and injustice. Thanks to our veterans, we have the freedom to do just that.
Attention. Present. March. Order. March.
Thank you for coming. You can now make your way over to the tables behind you to place the wreaths.